Hi everyone, I welcome you to HomeNest tutorial series. If you are new here, this is the episode 6 of building real estate app from scratch using FlutterFlow and then Supabase as our database. In the previous video, we set up the agent page, the add property page, and then the edit property page, whereby agents can able to add new listing. You can able to modify the listing and also delete the listing. Also, we also make sure we display all the listed property in the home page. So if you haven't watched it, I highly recommend you to watch the video first, because everything we are going to be doing here builds on what we did previously. So in this video, we are going to make sure each property display its own details, and then so on top of each property we are going to navigate to property details page, whereby we are going to see all the property details, the image, the gallery, the price, the amenities, and more about the property. Also, we are going to be able to contact the agent through the property details page. So to save much of our time, I'm going to design the property details page behind the scenes. So after that, I will come back and then show you what I've done so far. So welcome back, guys. This is the property details page I designed so far. I'm going to be walking you guys through what I've done here. So here is the beginning of the widget. I added a column. So after that, there is a stack. This stack works for this entire page, and then the agent contact widget. So we stack on each other. So that's the reason why I make use of this stack. When we expand it and then collapse this first widget, we can see this is the container. This container widget contains the property details, and then this blur widget contains the agent contact widget. So if you expand, we can start from this container, and then if you expand it, so you can see this column. Also after the column, I have another stack widget. This stack widget is just to enhance the UI. So you can see I have this widget that display the main image of the property, and then we have some button. The back button, the favorite button, and then some property details in the widgets, which is stacked on each other. This is the main property image, and then I have a container. I also have a column. I also have another container. This container we can just remove everything it has a okay. So I have another container. So I have this blur widget. This blur widget and this container is inside the column widget. So in the blur widget, I have a column and then some text of the property details. Also the property price, then the city and the state. So that's that for the stack. And then after then we have the column. So the column, I have the property images here, and then the heading property photo, and then you see all. I'm going to add an action here very soon. After that, I have another widget here which contains the heading and then the column. This column has some property details in the column: the bedroom, the bathroom, year built, kitchen, square footage, and then the property type. So that's what I have. I wrap the details in a wrap widget. So as you can see, this column is for the bathroom, this column is for the bedroom, and then this column is for the year built. I have the kitchen column here, and then the square footage column here. Also the property type column here. Everything is wrapped in a wrap widget. So and then in the column. After that, I have the property about property detail. This is the heading, and then this is the text. So after that, I have the features and amenities. The features and amenities contains inside the column. So here is the heading, So after that, I have a wrap widget. In the wrap widget, I have some rows that contain the features and amenities. So with the features and amenities, we can see all the features and amenities there. There is nothing special in the features and amenities row. You can just select a row and see what's inside the row. In this particular row, I have a container. Also, I have another row. So there is an icon and then the text. There is nothing special in this. And just collapse the row. So that is all for the property details. I'm going to collapse everything, and then after that, let's see what's inside this blur. I have a container. So there is this container of the agent image. Also, I have another column that contains the text and then the agent icon and then phone number. Also, there is a button to message an agent. This button is going to navigate us to a page where we are going to chat the agent. So you should stay tuned. We are going to implement full functioning chat system in this particular app. So you have to stay tuned and then see the video very soon. So that is that for the property details page. So now I will go to the home page, and then this is the property card. I'm going to select the property card. So from the property card widget to this container, I'm going to navigate to a property details page. So this is going to navigate us to the property details page. And then we add the property parameter to this property card. We are going to display each property detail in each of these widgets. So let's start from the image. In this image, we are going to, I can just copy this as my default image, then tap on this. I'm going to select the property details. So I'm going to select the images. So it's going to be the item at index and then first index. I'm going to give it default variable value of the image I copied recently. So that's that. And then for the title, I'm going to select the text and then the property details. So I'm going to select the title. Then the default variable value should be the property title. So for the location as well. So in this, I'm going to select the combined text. So I'll add 3 text. So the first one is going to be the property details, and then I will select the city. Also, in the third text, I'm going to select the property details, and then it's going to be the state. So I can just give this a comma. So that's that. So for the default variable value, is going to be the city and then state. I'll just give this a space. So that's that for the default variable value. And then for the bedroom, I'm going to select text as well, the combined text. Then I'll add to text. So this is going to be the property details, and then we have the number of bedroom. It's going to be in number format. And then I can just give this a space, and then it's bed here. Just give a default variable value of number of bird. So for the square footage as well, I'm going to select the text and then give it combined text. So the combined text is going to be from the property details, and then I'll select the square footage in number format. and then this is going to be square footage, so I will confirm it. And then for the bathroom, I'm going to select the combined text, so I'll select the bathroom from the property details, so it's going to be number format, and then this is going to be bathroom, so I'll confirm the changes. So for this text, I'm going to wrap this blur in a stack, so wrap the widgets in a stack, and then I'm going to duplicate the blur. So the reason why I have to wrap this in a stack and then duplicate it is this should be the for rent blur, and then this should be the for sale. So this is going to be visible. I'll bind it based on conditional visibility. If the property details, the listing type, if the listing type is equal to, if it is equal to for sale, so for the spelling not to contradict each other, I will go to the add property page, which is the add property, and then I will check the spelling. This is the property listing type. So I have the for sale here and then the for rent here. I'm going to copy this and then go back to the property card. So for this blur, so this is the for sale blur, so the spelling is for sale. So this should be for rent. If the listing type is for rent, then I want to see this blur. Yes, I'm going to bind this for sale blur, the conditional value, which is going to be the property details, retro feed, listing type is equal to for sale. If the listing type of this is for sale, then I want to see this text. So I'm going to change this text to sell. And then for the pricing, I'm going to bind the pricing. I'm going to bind the pricing based on conditional value as well. So the conditional value is going to be if the property details, I'm going to get the row feed. If the listing type is equal to for sale, then the property detail price. Number format, I'm going to confirm it, and then I will have to copy this variable. Then in this, I'm going to add a combined text. So I'll paste the variable here, and then you can just make this as a default currency, and then the price if it is for sale. Yes, if it is for rent. So I can just copy this variable, and then I'm going to paste the variable here. If the listing type is instead of for sale, I'm going to replace this as rent. So if the listing type is for rent, and then I'll copy this, and then I'm going to paste the variable here, and then I'll add another text which is going to be by year. So I'll confirm it and then confirm the text. So after that, let's go to the property details page, property details, and then I'm going to add the page parameter. So the page parameter is going to be the property details. So this is going to be a Supabase row, and then it's going to be the property. So it is required. I'll go to the property card, and then from this container, I'm going to pass the parameter from the component parameter property detail. So confirm it. Also, I'll go back to the property details page. So from the property details page, this text should be the title. So I'll give a default variable value of title, and then this should be the address. Property details, then I'm going to select the address, and then the default variable value should be address. I'm going to confirm it. So the state and city. So I'll go to the property card, and then the state and city, I'm going to copy the variable. So back to the property details. So I'm going to paste the variable here. Then this should be the city. So this should be the states. And then for the amount, I will go back to the property card and then select the amount. I'm going to copy the variable. I will go back to the property details, and then for the amount, I'm going to paste the variable here. So the first value, this should be from the page parameter, and then I'm going to get a row feed. So this should be the listing type. So I can just copy this variable. So I'm going to paste the variable here. So for the amount, I'm going to pick from the page parameter, and then this is going to be the price. I'll confirm the price should be in number format. So I'm going to copy the variable as well. So confirm it, and then I'll go back to the combined text and then paste the variable here. So that is that for the price. So for the text here, I'm going to wrap this in a row, and then I'm going to duplicate the text, then bind each text based on conditional visibility. So this is going to be conditional visibility, and then the property detail. I'm going to get a row feed. So the listing type is equal to for sale. If the listing type is equal to for sale, then I want to see this. So I'm going to copy this variable and then paste it here. So if the listing type is equal to for rent, I want to see this. Good. So, and then this row is going to generate the children of the property images. So I'm going to select the images and then give it property images. So I'm going to display the value from the generated value. So this is going to be property images item, and then I can give it a default variable value of this. This should be able to navigate us to where we are going to view all the property images. We are going to work on that very soon. For the bedroom, I'm going to select on this text, and then I will select the bedroom. So this is going to be a number format, and then okay, I will give it a default variable value of 0 maybe. I can just copy the variable. So I'm going to paste it here. So this should be number of bathroom. I'm going to paste the same thing here. So this should be a number of kitchen. So also I'm going to paste it here. This should be the square footage. Also, I'm going to, this should be the property type. It should be the property type. And then this should be the year built. The year built. And let's give it default variable value of 2016. And then the description, I'm going to select the value from the description. And just give this description. So for the features and amenities, I'm going to select the amenities wrap. So I'm going to wrap the wrap inside the wrap. So the parent wrap, I'm going to generate the children from the property details and select the amenities. So I'm going to confirm it. So I'm going to call these property amenities. So and then I'm going to confirm it. I'll copy this simple text and then so the first row, I'm going to bind it based on conditional visibility. So this is going to be conditional, single condition, and then the property amenities is equal to pool. Then this is going to be visible. So I'm going to do the same thing with the parking space and all the amenities and all the remaining amenities as well. So I'll copy the parking space and then find it based on conditional visibility, single condition. The first value is going to be the property amenities. Parking space. So I've set all the features and then the amenities. So I'm going to give this wrap some spacing. So the space is going to be 8 and then the run spacing is going to be 8 or so. Let's go ahead and test our app to see how it works. So our text mode is done running. You can start from the home page. The home page works perfectly. We can see the property image, then we can see the amount, the property title, the location we added. Also, we can see the bedroom, the square feet, and then the bathroom. Everything works perfectly. Let's confirm it from our Supabase. So as you can see, there's our Supabase. Here is the title. We have the title here, and then it works for the number of bedroom and bathroom, year built, also for the address and state. You can see everything works perfectly. So let's navigate to the property details and see if it works properly as well. So here is the property details. Okay, we have some issue to fix here. Firstly, the issue we have to fix is the main image. So for the main image, I'm going to select the image. We select this tag and then select this image and copy this as my default image. So the path is going to be from the property details and then the the images. So I'm going to select the item at index. So this is going to be the first item. Then give it a default variable value of this. What's next to fix there? So these property photos, I'm going to align it to the left. It's going to align to the left instead of the center. And then what else do we have to fix? So the year builds, I'm going to the year builds, I'm going to give the format a date and time format. And then this is going to be this. Good. Also, what do we have to? Okay, I have to amend this as well. The property, the about property. So I'm going to select the column, and then it's going to be at the left. So let's reload the app and see if everything works perfectly. So the test mode is done running. Let's see what we've done so far. Okay, so this image works perfectly, and then the property photos works perfectly as well. Also, we have this to be aligned. So we can just try and then change this screen size. Okay, so as you change it, the property details align properly now. On top of this, it's going to navigate us to where we are going to view all the property images. So we can just quickly go there, and then I'm going to create new components. So this component is going to be the gallery. So in the components, I'm going to add a container. So after that, I will add a column. So after the column, I'm going to add a row. So then I can add an icon. So after the icon, I'm going to add a text. So after the text, I'm going to add another text. This is going to be rich text. For the rich text is going to be something like this. So I'll delete the rest. So that's that for the rich text. So I'll collapse it, and then for the width, I'm going to close the width and then close the height. And then for the row, I'm going to expand it. So this is going to be the title, which is property images. So I'm going to wrap this icon in a container, and then this is going to be close. And then this container, the border color is going to be primary, and then the icon color is going to be primary as well. I'm going to increase the text, probably 16, and then the container, I will give this container, I can give it 50, and it is going to be 50. So for the icon, I can give it 28, and I give it some border radius of maybe 24 or 16. So I'm going to give it some padding of 12 here, and then 12 here. 12 at the top. I'm going to insert a carousel. This is going to be carousel. I'm going to give it full expansion. Good. The container, I'm going to add another row. I can just copy this instead and then duplicate it. So I will delete this, and then in this row, instead of padding here, I will give it padding at the bottom as well. Then I'm going to close this. Also, I will close this. Then I can duplicate this. So I'm going to change this icon to the right. You can make use of this. And then this is going to be left. The initial index is going to be 0. Loop carousel, I'm going to close that. So from this, I'll give it padding at the bottom, and then this icon is going to control the carousel. We're going to control the carousel to the previous. So I'll copy the action and then I'm going to paste it here. So this is going to be next, and then I'm going to add page parameter. So the first parameter is going to be number of images, and then this should be integer. And then I'm going to have images. So this is going to be image parts, and then it's going to be a list. And then for here, I'm going to select it from the page parameter number of images. So it's going to be number formats. The default value is going to be 0. And then for the carousel is going to be images. So I'm going to confirm it. Good. Now to the property details. So this select all should navigate us to the gallery. Open a bottom sheet. Show bottom sheet. Then I'm going to select the component, which is the gallery. Then I'll pass the parameter from the property details. Then this is going to be images, and then it's going to be number of items. And then for the images, it's going to be property details, and then it's going to be the images. I'll go to the gallery, and then this should close the bottom sheet. I'm going to add an action to. So let's go ahead and test the app again. So the text mode is done running. Let's go ahead and see what we have done so far and see how it works. So I'm going to select the see all. So it works, but we haven't displayed the value here. So I'll select on the image. Before that, I can just delete this and then delete this as well. So I'm going to wrap this image. I'm going to wrap it in a column, and then I'll cancel the width and then cancel the height. So this image is going to align to the center. Then the value of the image, I'm going to copy this as the default image, then set the value from the property image. So I'm going to give a default variable value of this. So let's go ahead and then reload it once more. So it's done running. So I will go ahead and see it being good. So we have everything works perfectly. So that's going to be the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please do like this video and then subscribe. If you have any question to ask, put down your question in the comment section. Then I'm going to use this medium to inform you guys. If you want me to build your app for you, you need assistance with your app, kindly message me with this email on your screen right now.